You want to know the secret to blowing up your dividend portfolio and making so much money every single year that you don't have to work? The secret is give it time. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm glad you're here. In the last video, we talked about how to get to, or how long it would take to get to $1,000 a month in dividend income. And I showed you on the spreadsheet how even if you were starting with just $400 a month and then $750 a month and then over $1,000 a month is what it actually would have taken to get to $1,000 a month in dividend income in 10 years. And I hinted at the end of that video how if you just give it a little bit more time, magical things will happen. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you just how awesome and how magical a dividend stock portfolio can be when you give it 20 years and reinvest the dividends. I am super excited to show you the content in this video, so without further delay, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, let's get started. Hey guys, before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button below the video to ensure you do not miss any future videos I post. Make sure to leave a comment below saying you subscribed, and I promise to respond personally to your comment. Alright guys, you know how much I hate wasting your time, and I want to give you massive value every time I jump in front of the camera. So without further delay, let's jump right into the content. I want to give a quick recap here for the previous video, so if you already watched that video and you want to skip ahead, go ahead and click on the timestamp right up there and you will get right into the next part of the video. So for everybody who's new here or wants a recap, what I'm using for this test here is my actual dividend stock portfolio, the actual 19 dividend stocks that I own. You can see them right here on the screen. Eris Capital, Westlake Chemical, Manulife Financial, Star Group Unit, AbbVie, Unum Group, Realty Income Store Capital, First of Long Island Corporation, Gilead Sciences, Walgreen Boots Alliance, MSC Industrial, UGI Corporation, Regions Financial, Genuine Parts, Broadcom, PepsiCo, Johnson & Johnson, McDonald's. As you can see here, I've got a mix of dividend challengers, contenders, and champions with varying dividend yields, which you can see right here, and the number of years that they've been paying dividends, which is right here, consecutive years. Some as small as 5, 6, 7 years, others as many as 40 or 50 or even 60 years. Just for your awareness, a dividend challenger is a company that's been paying consistent and increasing dividends for at least 5 years, but less than 10. A dividend contender is somebody that's been paying dividends for at least 10 years, but less than 25. And then a dividend champion is a company that's been paying dividends and increasing it for at least 25 consecutive years. And in the previous video, what we did is we did a few different tests to see just how long it would take to get to $1,000 a month in dividend income. And we found that with $400 a month in contributions, there was no way we were gonna make it to $1,000 a month over the entire year. We tried it again at $750 a month, same problem, couldn't get there in 10 years. Then we tried $900, still the same problem, and we found that the number that got us there based on the actual dividend stocks in the portfolio was $1,040 a month. In 10 years, you would then be earning at least $12,000 a year or $1,000 a month. And we talked about how that's not very feasible for the average Joe out there unless you're hyper focused on trying to be financially independent and retire and be able to just live off your dividend income relatively quickly. So in this video, I want to branch that out and move past the 10-year period and move it to 20 years and see just exactly what would happen if just contributing $400 a month consistently every single month into this dividend stock portfolio for a period of 20 years. Additionally, as you look at each one of these dividend stocks here, because I built out for every single dividend stock here what their actual price history was, what their actual dividend growth was, and then we made some assumptions on what would happen in the future. So we know it's not perfect, nothing is straight line growth except for dividend, that's what we are aiming for, but price growth is not gonna be just a straight line growth, it's gonna be up and down along the way, but we really can't model that. But what we utilize is the compound annual growth rate, which measures the growth from point A to point B and makes a straight, smooth path for that. It's not perfect, but it's the best we can come up with to model future growth. Above and beyond the monthly contribution of $400 a month, we're assuming that every single year we would adjust that amount by 3% and increase it by 3%. So $400 a month during the first year, then increasing it by 3% for the next year, and then 3% every single year after that for those 20 years. So as you can see here on the screen, we can see that the annual dividend income in 2021 was only $64.55 for the entire year. But if we go down here to 2031, we were here at $5,827.43. based on the $400 a month in contributions. Nowhere near the $12,000 we needed to have. But what happens if you just keep on contributing for another 10 years, continuing to reinvest the dividends? So again, I want you guys to remember this part here. After 10 years, all we had in the balance was $110,590.68. And then the annual dividend income was only, here 2031, $5,827.43. Now $110,000 as a portfolio balance after 10 years is nothing to joke about. That's a lot of money. But of that $110,000, 400 times, let's see here, 12, that's $4,800 a year times 10 years, 48,000 of that was principal, and then the other 50,000 or $60,000 was growth. All right, guys, let's see what happened here after 20 years, continuing to contribute only $400 a month. What would the portfolio balance look like? Let's look at that first. All right, guys, so look at this principal balance after 20 years. Remember, after 10 years, we're like, what, right around here, March of 2031 here, we're at a balance of about $112,000. Look at this chart here as we continue to invest that $400 a month. Look where we're at here in 2041. We have a principal balance after 20 years, $746,444.45. And as you can see on the screen here, of that $746,000, only $96,000 of it was contributions, money that you put into the account. The rest of the money was growth and dividends and the reinvested dividends. All right, guys, the moment you've been waiting for, and honestly, probably the reason you clicked on this video, what happens after 20 years with respect to recurring annual dividend income here? We know that after 10 years, it was only about $5,000. How much do we have on an annual basis and a monthly basis after 20 years, keeping up the same type of investment contributions we were doing before? All right, guys, here's the number right here. Let me zoom in on it for you guys. In 2040, annual dividend income, $85,456.61. That is an amazing number, guys. If you're not jumping out of your chair going, oh, holy smokes, and running around the house thinking that's an amazing number, then you should go do that. $85,000 in dividend income. And guess what? Here's the crazy part. That's gonna keep going up. Even if you start living off the dividends after 20 years, the dividend income is still gonna keep going up because your investments are going to continue to increase their dividend every single year. That's the beauty and the magic in investing dividend stocks. Let me show you this chart here. This is jaw-dropping. Very little here. We saw the numbers like $64 here and maybe like a couple $100 here. And here in 2031, we were just at less than $10,000. I think it was like $5,800. And then right around here, right around 15 years, things start to get pretty amazing here. 2035 and then 2036 and 2037, all the way here to $84,000. And if you happen to have more time to where you can continue to reinvest the dividends, even for just a few more years, 2-3 more years, that dividend income every single year will grow even faster than it did before. And just to be clear here, on a monthly dividend basis here, dividends are generally paid quarterly, so odds are there might be some certain months that are heavier weighted than others. But if we took $85,456.61 and we divided that by 12, we're talking about $7,121.38 per month in dividend income. This is not income you have to work for. This is not where you have to wake up at 7 a.m. and go to a job. This is money that's gonna be paid to you whether you wake up in the morning and go to work or not, or if you want to go to the park and play with your kids or not, or if you want to take a month-long trip to Hawaii or not. This money is still going to be paid to you no matter what. Now, I'm not a hater of growth stocks. I don't believe that investing in tech stocks are bad at all. And to be very clear and transparent with you, my retirement portfolio, both my 401k and my Fidelity Roth IRA account, are in the S&P 500 and mid-cap and small-cap stocks. So I've got a long time frame until I need to retire. I've got, what, over 25 years? I'm 34, remember that. 44, 54, 59 and a half, that's 25 years before I could even touch the money. So as a result, I'm letting it work on a passive level. I'm putting it in the S&P 500, I'm putting in my mid cap and my small cap, and I'm just letting it grow over time. I'm not really worried about that. I don't plan on selling at all. I'm just gonna continue to contribute on a monthly basis. My dividend stock portfolio, on the other hand, is money I'm gonna use before I retire. So that's why I'm in dividend stocks, also because I love dividend stocks. That doesn't mean you shouldn't invest in dividend stocks in a retirement account, because you certainly can, especially if you're at the time now where you're ready to take distributions and you're living off of your money. This is a great option for you. As I've said before, and as I've proven with the data, dividend stocks are magical. And if you let your income grow over time, continue to reinvest your dividends, magical things will happen. In the very next video, guys, I'm gonna share with you 5 different dividend stocks you can purchase today that meet all of my own minimum dividend criteria that might be a great fit for your portfolio, or some great starter stocks for your dividend portfolio. So if you haven't done it yet, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. And plus, don't leave without leaving your 2 cents in the comments below. Make sure to let me know what you thought about this analysis. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns, any feedback, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention the Patreon community again, guys, where you can get access to the monthly dividend stock spreadsheet that shows all the dividend stocks that have been raising their dividend for at least 5 consecutive years. You can ask questions to me, and you can get access to all the spreadsheets, including this one, for as little as $3 a month, or if you want to join for the dividends, $5 a month or $10 a month. That's all I got for you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Happy dividend stock investing for the rest of this month, and please continue to stay healthy, both physically and financially. Have a good one.